Welcome back to Xenonauts Abridged. Previously we saw two missions, one that went okay with no losses, assaulting an alien scout, then an accidental night battle against a new type of enemy, some robots, against an alien corvette that did unfortunately cost us a team member, and now we're going right into another fight because the aliens have started a terror attack. They're killing civilians and Charlie 1 is going to try and stop them. Ominously, the mission begins with a little notice telling you it's going to be really hard and reminding you that you should just run away if it seems like it's going to get too difficult. So that's a good sign. Now we start moving out of the helicopter and discover a couple of aliens right away. There's one on the other side of the building across the street, another one in the alleyway just beside the building. There are civilians in between us and the aliens, which means we're sort of safe. The civilians should act as a distraction, so I can spend this turn just setting up in what cover I can find. I get surprised though, there is a house just off to our flank. The door opens and an alien throws a grenade out, so that's a first. The aliens can throw grenades themselves apparently. Somehow it didn't do anything. It hit Plasmagnet and Big Iron seemingly directly, but they didn't lose any health and the bus wasn't destroyed. Overall, I don't really know what happened there. So in this next turn I'm going to go after that alien, try and get into the house, but we find there's another alien just beside the house, so that's a risk. We're still going to run inside. Once I'm in, I didn't see the alien. I thought that was curious. It must be upstairs, I thought, but I could see some of upstairs. Only one square wasn't discovered, and I tried to click on the square and realised I can't walk into it. It was impassable, which is a little giveaway that an alien must be there. So I thought you probably can use that actually to discover aliens in the fog of war if you're very clever and bored. Anyway, in this case I can't use any more time units. I don't have enough time units to do anything. I can't run up the stairs and hit it. So I'm just going to crouch, move Big Iron in to provide support next turn, close the door so the alien outside is less of a threat, and I put the shield in front of Big Iron as well. Now the alien comes down the stairs in its turn and just shoots the shield. The shield is destroyed, then it shoots again, killing Plasmagnet instantly. It seems this alien has a new kind of weapon as well. It looks like some sort of heavy shotgun thing that they're using. So the alien's technology level appears to be improving alongside ours, which is a very bad sign. There's a bit of fighting going on with the rest of the squad, but nothing is really achieved. There is a Reaper getting close to us, so we need to pay attention to that, but I was more concerned with this situation. I originally opened the door with Big Iron thinking I'd run away, then I thought no, let's try and kill this guy, because with our laser shotgun we might be able to kill the enemy in one hit. We couldn't, so now we're in trouble. Big Iron has to hide in the corner because he doesn't have enough movement points to really escape from this situation. I definitely need to kill this alien this turn to save Big Iron. Luckily I can run in with Pruif and make a melee attack. It's a bit risky because there's still an alien just beside the door, you can actually barely see here. So once I'm in, the enemy might come in the door behind me and kill Pruif or Big Iron anyway, but we're still going to go for this. We slap the alien up and it does go down to the stun baton, so that's a captured alien now, not that we really needed that. So now we just hope that we can take out the other alien with someone else. And it came down to Ray and Prey, who's always pretty reliable, and she does get the kill, shooting through a whole bunch of cover. Good stuff. So the situation in the house is now a lot safer. Now I'm turning my attention to the Reaper that's in front of us, because we've seen before, they'll just run at you, your squad probably won't bother with the odd reaction fire, and that means a guaranteed loss. So I started firing at it, taking some not the best chance to hit shots, getting a bit of damage there with Verfinau, and then I took another shot, less aimed, and actually got a kill, so that makes us much safer here as well. Good stuff. Still lizardmen in front of us, but the field is so blocked by all the cars and building edges that it's going to be hard for us to engage each other. There, the game said I had line of sight, I definitely didn't, and we didn't get any damage, so I guess that's fair. Now, we're a couple of turns later. They were quite uneventful. I was just shuffling around and so were the aliens. I eventually, though, found an alien coming around to my flank down the edge of the map. Got a hit with a little snipe there, which draws some reaction fire. That does nothing. Now we'll go back into hiding and just keep in mind that we're about to be outflanked. I've got Betty Buckshot nearby, so she'll be responsible for dealing with that situation. Our other squad members are concerning themselves with the Reaper zombie that's standing in front of us here. We get a shot there, turning it into a fully fledged Reaper, and now I'm going to take another shot with Xenonauts getting hit as well, so he's doing particularly well in this mission. We need to take out that Reaper this turn because it's going to reap us since it's so close. I run out with Pruif. We see there's another Reaper and another Reaper zombie down the road, but for now we'll just concern ourselves with the stun attack. It works, so we've now captured a Reaper alive, which may be of some use to us later, and we'll quickly go back into hiding after that. The Reaper down the road isn't going for us, it's actually trying to get into the house because there are civilians inside, so that's nice, the civilians continuing to aggro the aliens. The guy on our right comes around the corner and gets a hit on Buckshot, but she is still alive and now we'll be able to return the favour, and we see several aliens to our left flank, so really we're going to need to turn the squad to focus in that direction, once we've got rid of this alien here anyway. Hillary Highcal misses a whole bunch of shots there, that's a shame, but it suppressed the alien, meaning it's safe for Buckshot to get a bit closer and use the said Buckshot on the alien. She's frozen there, which means she's discovered another alien when she stepped out of cover, so now we know there's another one behind this grey building. Anyway, we take a couple of shots at close range on this alien and bring it down. Needed quite a lot of damage to kill that one, I think it was armoured or something. Now I wanted to try and take out the alien behind the building. Ray and Prey gets a pretty cheeky shot there through a door and a window, suppressing and damaging the alien. The Reaper is still trying to get into the house, but it's gone around the long way, so it can't find the door yet. And the nearby Reaper zombie advances, gets hit and turns into a Reaper, so now that's another guy we'll need to kill right away. A grenade is thrown over the bus by an alien in that store, doing no damage, so that's handy, and we spot another alien setting up ready for an outflanking maneuver on our left. I needed to kill that close by Reaper who's going for the house so it doesn't jump over the fence and attack us, which it may do. Hillary Highcal disappoints with a volley that entirely missed, and then Ray and Prey shows her how it's done with a much better volley. As for this other Reaper here, I didn't really want to advance too close to it to guarantee we'd hit it with stuff, because if I advance further down to the front of the bus, I'll be much more likely to take shots incoming from the left, and we know there are 2 or 3 aliens around there, one of which we can see right now. So I kept my distance and was able to take down the Reaper, luckily enough, so that's another threat removed. I repositioned to be in general cover from shots coming from the left hand side, and then the aliens were kind of passive. They started retreating and just moving around, so seems like we're safe for a bit, and with line of sight blocked all over the place I had a couple of turns to just settle in and make sure our guys were in better cover. Eventually an alien ran over and sat behind the bus, very close to us, so that's nice. Meanwhile his friends are trying and failing to shoot civilians in the second floors of these various buildings, so once again good aggroing from the civs. Big Iron moves up to put his shotgun in that alien's face, and it is killed. And now he's in pretty good cover after that shot as well, so we'll just wait around another turn and see what happens. The aliens on the left come back into action, and one of them's firing at Pruif and Xenonauts there, suppressing both of them because that van isn't providing enough cover at the moment. I thought they would be hidden there, but they actually weren't. And other aliens nearby are seen just moving around, not especially aggressive. My plan now was to move into that shop with the glass window so that we could advance to the left without going down that street where there would be pretty much no cover. An alien went into the shop as well at the same time though, so now we'll spend some time dealing with that instead. I could also spot somewhere that there was another alien, and it was on the second floor of the building across the next street over, and all that means is we don't want to go too far in that direction while doing this part of the operation so that we don't get into line of sight of that guy too much. I thought I was being clever, throwing that smoke grenade out to block line of sight as I approached the shop since there is an alien inside, but smoke doesn't do anything against the lizard aliens. This is having no effect at all as far as I know. Still, as we move up, things go okay. We get into cover and the alien just walks around and then takes cover behind a full plane of glass, which is pretty good. We can just shoot the glass and now he won't be in cover, and the other aliens aren't up to much. They're just wandering around. Their lack of aggression seems to be benefiting us. They're not even attacking the civilians anymore, which is nice of them. Anyway, so I shoot this guy in the window. For some reason the line of sight marker was actually originating from the tile next to me there rather than the one I was in, and saying that the bench in front of me was blocking my line of sight. I'm not sure if it actually was, or maybe it was just a UI glitch. Very confusing. I think the game just doesn't work very well with diagonals. When you take shots that aren't aligned with the grid the game works around, line of sight calculations start going out the window, and that's why we've seen certain enemies and certain allies be able to shoot through walls in certain situations. Anyway, You might have seen while I was ranting there that I had discovered an alien behind this shop, so as I moved into it I was trying to find him again and eventually discovered him on the corner out there. There was also another alien across the road who we'll kill later on, I suppose. For now we'll just sit around. I expected the alien to run into the store, so I didn't want to do anything. I'm going to save points for reaction fire with those guys, but I did also have Ray and Prey in this bus shelter hiding behind it, so that when the alien breaks cover she'll get line of sight and will perhaps be able to do something next turn. So just needed to see what happened, and things were interesting to say the least. Xenonauts shoots the alien once, but shoots Pruif twice, killing her, and we also discovered, thanks to Ray and Prey's line of sight I think, that there's another alien in the next room in this shop, so that's good info. And now I was just like, ugh, it happened again, a thing where it felt like that should have been avoidable. We need for Xenonauts 2 a button which says don't take reaction fire shots when allies are in your cone of vision. You'd assume that would be the default and you needed to turn it off if you wanted to play fast and loose. But anyway, so we've killed one of our own party members. I was pretty annoyed, but at least we killed the alien thanks to that setup from Ray and Prey. And now we know there's another alien, so we can go and check it out. Big Iron can go up to the door and shoot through with a shotgun. He doesn't kill it in this case since we can't hit it properly. Now I'm going to just close the door, because that means if the alien charges us, it will spend movement points opening the door and will be able to do less damage once it's in the room. It doesn't charge us, as it turns out. I open the door again in the next turn and it's still sitting in there. I could take another shot, but again I'm slightly too far away for a shotgun to work because they have really, really low range basically. Instead I need Xenonauts to come in here and take a shot. He goes for it, but he's still being annoying. He couldn't get the kill. Also at pretty much point blank range. He's really sucking right now after doing well earlier in the mission. I could shoot with Big Iron anyway, and I think that green circle around Xenonauts means there's a chance it would hit Xenonauts if I tried to fire, but I won't punish him despite him deserving such treatment. I'm going to move Big Iron up and just do that at point blank range. There we go. Now another alien was present across the road we saw earlier, the one off to our up and right somewhere. So I started standing up ready to face this guy. He eventually appears in the alleyway beside the building he was previously in, and he got a nice long range sniper shot on Hillary Highcal in the second floor of the building and in cover, and possibly even through the wall. Overall another very cheeky shot from these enemies who are supposed to be very bad at shooting. Anyway, so I need to now save Hillary, which is difficult because she doesn't have a med pack. I had to run her downstairs and then have Betty Buckshot abandon her position to come back and start applying the med pack. Actually took 2 turns of med packs to stop her from bleeding out, but she is saved, so we've avoided another casualty there. Now as for dealing with that enemy, he moved across the road while I was doing that healing up, so I could run up and shoot him at point blank range after someone or other suppressed him by trying to get a shot and missing. Now long story short, there was one more alien in the corner. He eventually came out to play, and by that time I'd put a sniper on the second floor of that building who had good line of sight, finished the job, and that was the end of the mission. So 2 casualties, both of our shield bearers, and I think the loss of Pruif was just the most annoying thing. Another nearly rage uninstalled moment. But at least we've completed the Terror mission, and if you're wondering, the reward for that is nothing, which is a bit disappointing. You don't get anything, so they could learn from XCOM in that regard. I think what you get is you don't lose reputation with the country, so you in effect get money, but it's actually you don't lose money, which doesn't feel like much of a reward. Moving on, we've disassembled some of the aliens' robot troops and discovered that they are robot troops, nothing we can really use against them. They're just soldiers that we'll have to fight, and it's still going to be hard. We're now getting things going with the construction of Rodeo, our third base, putting the actual base elements in. Not that we have a third squad to even use it, but one day something may come of that. I've also now built a second laboratory over at Hammersickle, so now I can hire some additional scientists, since you're only allowed 15 per lab, and make our research go a bit faster. We've also cloned the annoying sassy guy to sit here and oversee the research. Finally, another contact comes in, and it's a new kind of contact in that it's 3 things at once. A corvette with 2 fighters, and I'm attacking with my anti-corvette ship and 2 anti-fighter ships, so it's a pretty even match, and the auto-resolve % chance seems to reflect that. I was going to have to finally work out how to do things manually. The plan is to have our Foxtrot fighter launch its torpedoes at the corvette, and we got a chance to do that right away because the two enemy fighters are going for my fighters, meaning the center of their formation was open. We can launch the torpedoes, and then I ordered the Foxtrot to just retreat. I think in retrospect that was a bad idea, because even though it can't fight anymore, it could just fly around in circles and be annoying and potentially aggro the enemy. Now, we can't really do much because we're effectively 2 against 3. We can't get out of the enemy's arc of fire because they'll just keep turning to face us, and you can't fly fast enough to get out of it as they turn towards you. So it came down to just flying right at the enemy and trying to gun them down. Our Condors are much stronger than the enemy fighters, so we actually only take a small amount of damage destroying one of them. That was Condor 1 who got the kill, but Condor 2 is virtually dead, and I was like, why is that one doing so much worse? And in retrospect, I now know it's because Condor 2 wasn't actually ordered to attack the fighter, it was ordered to fly in front of it because I wasn't paying close enough attention, meaning it actually died for no reason. It would have beat the enemy fighter if it was actually ordered to attack. And there is even a feature in the game, I believe, that makes your guys automatically attack nearby fighters if you don't give them orders, but it takes a while to kick in, so it didn't save me there. Obviously the developers expected people to be doing stupid stuff like that. Anyway, the Foxtrots from Hammersickle brought the UFO down in the end, the remaining corvette. So here we go, another mission. We're back to a rural setting, and perhaps the game is being nice to us because we're also back to fighting the blue guys. I guess it's somewhat random what you fight. It's not quite like XCOM where what you can fight just escalates over time, so the weaker aliens disappear. We get a chance to fight some weak aliens here, and that's all nice. We do need a nice smooth mission to make up for that terrible one last time, so I was hoping for minimal stress. In this case, the first alien is suppressed and damaged by shots from Hillary from the helicopter, and then using the suppression, Big Iron goes in to get the kill. Now there was a little incident. In the alien turn, the door of this barn we're next to opened. So I was like, well, there's almost certainly something in that room. I moved up Big Iron to flash the room, which in theory suppresses people on the inside, but doesn't always. But we couldn't see them, so we didn't know if it worked. Then I rushed in with Verfenau and discovered it was just a civilian. False alarm, I'm being too jumpy. And next time, civilian, maybe call out or something. Just let us know that you're there, because we've only got like 8 guys and they expect us to save the world on a minimal budget, so we're very stressed at the moment. Now, nothing happened for most of the rest of the map. We moved through, discovered the UFO and found no aliens. So now I'm throwing grenades at the hedge outside of the UFO in order to free up a longer corridor looking into the corridor that will be behind the alien door, so that we can do some shooting onto the interior of the UFO before we go in. I discovered that apparently the destroyed hedges are actually impassable, so that's interesting to know. I expected us to be able to jump over that little earth mound, but no, we can move people to take cover behind it though, ready for the attack. We then sent a couple of guys backwards because an alien drone was seen wandering around to our rear. It wasn't firing at us, it was just checking us out. Here, Verfenau has another cheeky line of sight attack where we're shooting through the wall. I think it's trying to represent us kind of leaning out into the next tile in order to shoot at this guy around the door frame. It's just a little bit confusing. Anyway, the drone went down to a snipe in the end and we returned back to the UFO. The door was opened and an alien ran down the corridor, and we're going to have to call this the line of sight complaining episode because we get another weird event here. He shoots us really just through the wall. There's no other way of interpreting it this time. We can try and shoot back, but there's a 100% chance of blocking because there's a wall in between us. And yeah, not sure how that worked. He's not next to the edge of the door, which I think is what he would have to be for the you're leaning around the door invisible mechanic to trigger. Anyway, with all of these gunners I've got hiding behind the destroyed hedge, we can take that guy down. Suppressing Betty Buckshot there, but it doesn't matter. In the next turn, I move Verfenau up to check out the interior of the UFO. He's now my sacrifice because I was annoyed with him, so I didn't mind sending him in first. And we find it's pretty much empty, not much to see. On the right side of the UFO, there's nothing at all, so we've cleared the place out, and I thought I'll just leave him here facing the door into the next compartment in case something comes through. Then I moved Big Iron up to take a look as well, and we discover one alien crouching on the other side of the room, and we can go for a point-blank range attack to deal with him. And that, as it happened, was the end of the mission. So there we go, it really was a nice, easy and smooth mission. We did take that wound onto Betty, which was annoying, and apparently Hillary's wounded. I think she's still just wounded from the attack she took in the previous mission. Anyway, so that went well and I was happy with that, and there was some good news after the mission as well. We finished researching alien alloy fabrication, which is something of a gateway tech into the next, tech level of the research tree, because now we can make things out of all the alien alloys we've been collecting. And the first thing it unlocks is the ability to research a new kind of battle armor. I didn't bother researching it right away because I was still concerned about running out of money and just not really having the engineering manpower to actually make it, while also trying to make new equipment for the new squad we're going to need. In fact, the money concern isn't as big as I thought it was, because the economy doesn't work like I think it does at this point in the recording. I have more money than it looks like I have, but maybe I'll talk about that again in the future. For now, I just wanted to note that some of our crew have changed their appearance in line with the new alien alloy fabrication, so they've made themselves various gadgets to try and look more cool. Maybe it will somehow help them in their job, but probably not. Anyway, so that's the end of all this part. Next time we'll see the alien escalation continue as loads of UFOs start spamming us, and we'll try, if we can, to get a third squad together for rodeo, but no guarantees.